Welcome back. It's another episode of Mama's Cooking Podcast. I'm so happy to be back. I feel like I say that every single time I film one of these episodes. And I'm extra happy because we got one of our guys back from the dead.
Oh, man, not from the dead, though.
Where have you been?
I've been here. I've been watching y'all,
You got to reintroduce
showing
yourself.
love. What's going on? It's your boy, Chief, NYC. I'm here. We active. How y'all feeling?
And
Good,
also,
good.
I'm not playing favorites here, but this person to my right is actually a really good friend of mine. And I'm just so happy we finally got you on.
It's been a long time coming, child.
Right. I've been trying to get you here for like a minute.
It's been months. Yeah.
It has.
That
I'm
long?
so excited. Yeah,
I've been
it's a
trying to
long
get
time.
her. At first, she was like, I don't know. And then she's like, I'm going to try. And then now she's like, yeah, I want to come on.
Yeah.
Okay.
And now she here.
We got
But
you.
Introduce
I had to
yourself.
look at that comment section like, yeah, I ain't coming for my friend, child. But I'm Shay Laset. You can find me on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Shay Laset. Yeah.
She's like, don't be fooled by all this. Yeah. On your YouTube, you have a lot more tone in
Really?
your chest.
Yes. So
Like-
on YouTube, I do comedy, I do reviews, I speak about pop culture, all of that good stuff.
Yes,
Nice.
exactly. So don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. She
I'll
playing
check your
y'all.
stuff out. I'm definitely have to check your stuff out.
thank
Yes.
you, thank
So-
you.
We have a really packed episode, right? We gotta get right into it. So we're gonna
Okay.
introduce this segment, one that I find it's good. It's a good segment because we get to interact with all of you guys, but we are never knowing what we're gonna respond to in the moment when it comes to these comments. You have them right now. He
Yeah.
just sent these
Actually,
to you.
Yeah, he actually
So,
did.
Let's see what these comments are. We are responding to you guys, the viewers, because we love interacting with you guys. Whether they're nice and whether they're mean, we will always be here for you.
So these are two comments I got. Let me see.
Oh gosh,
I'm going to just pick one out the bunch first. Let's see.
are we reading off the names of the people?
This is from Shell by Upgraded
Mhm.
Instagram. She said, "Oh, chill. This is why a lot of black women are single. You want the black man that makes six figures,
Oh, we're
but in
back here.
reality, the average American makes about 40K.
That's
a lot of black
nice.
women who make more than the man begin to act like the man, and that becomes a problem. Why can't we as black women help the man if he truly wants to advance? Because the reality is it's not easy for a black man in America."
Oh God.
Who want to go first on that?
Dang, Shay, your first episode. We here with
I
the bus
know,
driver
I'm like,
question.
here we go with the bus driver.
Let's start with
The
let's
bus
start with you,
driver's
Shay.
pulling up and letting the folks out at the stop. Okay.
Let's start with you.
Okay. As far as I'm concerned, it's like I kind of think about it like this. Like, do we tell Jay-Z, Bill Gates, Puff Daddy, any rich celebrity, hey, you got to hang out with people that make less than you. You got to do business deals with people that make less than you. Like, that's ridiculous. So why, if I make a certain amount, why can I be with, in community with, have business relationships with people that are on my level? I just don't understand. If I'm coming to the relationship with a whole built table, I do not need to marry and procreate and be with somebody that's coming into the relationships with screws. Like, what are we doing here?
All right.
What about you, G?
I was about to go right to you. I mean, I feel like I get what you're saying as far as like leveling out. Like, if I'm like making this much, I should be with somebody that makes this much as well. But
Mhm.
I mean, I never been offended by like someone, especially somebody that makes more money than me. If I'm with a girl, I love that shit. By the way, I love it. Women that make more money, I love it. You know what I'm saying? Because it motivates me. But if we talking about leveling up, I get your point on that. I think we should be on a wave like to actually just make this type of money, and it's like, all right, we here with it. So either match me here or, but it's up to you if you want to deal with somebody that makes less than you. It's all about motivation at the end of the day.
Right, but also in that comment, who said anything about six figures?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
that's-
Nobody said that
Right.
anybody's looking for somebody with multi-millions. We're just saying, like, let's just say if you make $50K, you want somebody that makes $50,000. If you
Yeah.
make, it doesn't benefit
Match.
no one to really be
Match
with
me.
somebody that makes less. And also, it's like, I don't like that the ownership is consistently on the Black woman that is doing well.
Ooh, child.
I grew up in the lit projects. I, seen things I wasn't supposed to see. I grew up in certain hardships and I made a way for myself. You know what I'm saying? Nobody owns this struggle crap.
Right.
But the issue at hand is the fact, and the point I was also trying to make, I'm assuming I know what episode this person's commenting under.
Yeah.
The point I was trying to make was the ownership shouldn't be, and it shouldn't be a burden on the successful person that made it out. The broken system is the fact that a lot of Black men do not pursue higher education. A lot of Black men do not graduate high school.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Let's start there.
I agree with you.
Why are we not teaching Black men to value education, to invest in themselves, and then go get it? Why do we have a lot of Black men that want to be in entertainment but don't want to be in tech or in agriculture or in pharmaceuticals or be a doctor? Why are we not encouraging Black men to want to elevate to these type of careers so that we could see more of y'all at the top? Because us Black women are doing it despite our hardship. We are more likely than y'all to get college degrees. We are more likely than y'all to pursue another degree. We're more likely than y'all. We make, I think, $40K more. But that's not a fault of ours.
Right.
We're doing our part. It's now time for Black men to start thinking about and taking themselves serious the way we do when we're younger and we're taught at 16 to take academics serious.
I can't really say, not all Black, I kind of agree with what you're saying, but not all Black men are like that.
This is not an all Black man thing.
I surround myself with a lot of positive people because I don't want to be the smartest person in the room, right? Whenever I'm in the room, I never want to be the smartest person. So I like to just learn from everybody, especially I like to keep, it's like they say you are who
you associate with
yourself with, right? So it's like I know a lot of Black men that, didn't graduate high school, but they up here with it.
But the mindset is different.
The mindset
is different.
But I think that, it's like 50-50 with me because I know some people that never necessarily did college and is here with it as opposed to going to college. And I feel like
I'm not saying college is the answer, but it's still a problem. It's still a problem that a lot of Black men, I think they said it's like what, 40%? Not even 30-something% of y'all might graduate high school. We don't even at the high school level.
Yeah.
And then they did a study where they say the average Black male, not the average, I'm really not trying to misquote the study, but I don't know if it's the average, but a certain percent of y'all don't even read above an 8th grade level. So these are some real issues that we need to. No, these are some real issues that we really need to start unpacking in our community. Instead of putting the blame on you Black women who make $80K, you need to date a $40K-year-old man.
Thing. I feel like I lose brain cells having not right now, but like in general, us as a community constantly having these conversations.
All the time.
It's like
it's annoying,
and it's like it's that. Then who gonna pay the check? And it's always these same tired conversations.
We look cheap as a culture.
We look unorganized. We look like we're not educated collectively. It just doesn't look right. But mind you, it's like Caucasian women, Asian women, Indian women. They never have these type of conversations.
Because it's taught that they're supposed to marry higher.
It's never, they're instantly out of the womb. Education is a must in their household.
Yeah.
You can't bring below a D.
Yes.
A B.
A B.
Even a B is like an F to them.
Yes,
you understand what I'm saying?
That's true.
You gotta meet someone. You have to vet. You have to meet someone
the
of
parents
a certain
have
caliber.
to like
the parents gotta know each other. That means a 2-parent household. Like it's a standard. So they're never seen having these conversations.
No, because it's not a thought to marry below your station.
So why are these questions? Why is the finger pointing at women, Black women, to have these type of conversations? It's getting old. It's getting stale.
It is getting stale. And with that, we're going to go to the next comment. Because that was a good segue. And then we're going to go to the next. We're going to go on to, we're going to go on to the next thing.
I don't know how to even pronounce this. Y'all be having, first of all, y'all be having these Instagram names. I don't know.
Hard to search, mad underscores.
All right, yeah, okay. It's weird. All right, this is from the number 2. Faux-shint. I don't know.
Okay, just go.
All right. So it said he said, I think the thing women like this need to understand is that your education and income level doesn't make you apply to all men. I do agree in that more black men need to be on at the top, but there as systemic.
Systemic?
Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me. Systemic reasons why the black woman has surpassed the black men in education and income. As a community, we can't afford to say we don't want to lift others up. Wait, I mean, grandma's curse. The first
talking
through
about
the door
education.
should pull the other up because the reality is when a black man's at the top, there are prettier, wealthier, and more educated versions to choose from. Also, if you're educated, then yo, this is so crazy. You went to college with some type of brothers. You need to ask why weren't or aren't these brothers looking for you?
Who was looking for really serious things in
Yeah.
college? Like what?
Just having to read this is crazy. Man.
But we're
I'm
talking
sorry.
about education,
I
so we
was just
gotta
talking about the lead novel.
formulate the comments properly. That's number one.
I mean,
go ahead.
All right, so I'll kick it to one of y'all. Who was prepared for that after we deciphered all of that?
I don't.
I'm
I don't
gonna start with you, Kenya. What you think?
I mean, honestly, I feel like I want you to reread it because I don't
Yeah,
understand what was
I don't
happening.
understand.
I don't understand.
I don't
Go ahead,
understand.
reread it one more time.
I'm gonna read it. I'm
Do
gonna try
we
to put
need
my words in
subtitles?
it.
I'm about to say, I feel like we need to bounce it more.
I'm
Go
gonna
ahead.
try to put my all right.
Because it sounded like
The
there was a lot of
thing-
grammatical errors. Yeah, it was
Yes.
hard for
But
you to
then they're
read.
talking about
Very.
education.
Go ahead,
Okay,
do this
all
again.
right.
Okay.
Okay.
Everybody,
The
let's find the
thing-
clue.
The thing women like this need to understand is that your education and income level doesn't make you a prize to all men. I do
Okay.
agree that more black men need to be at the top, but there as systemic reasons why the black woman has surpassed the black man in education and income. As community, we can't afford to say we want to lift others up. The first through the door should pull the others up because the reality is when a black man's at the top, they are prettier, wealthy, and more educated version to choose from. Also, if you're educated, then you went to college with some type of brothers. You need to ask why weren't or aren't these brothers looking for you?
Okay, so
That's a
tackle
good
the
point.
systemic part. Once again, same way you're tired of this conversation.
Yeah.
We know. We
came from the same
We know.
plantation.
We listen, if I have to repeat this again, we understand that back in the 60s, 70s, it was drugs, it was this, it was
Mhm.
that, black men went to jail. We did the history lesson. There was government assistance for black women, all of this stuff. We did the history lesson. Talk about the now. Let's talk about the
Mhm.
now.
Right.
We already
That
did the
part.
history lesson on this. We already know that there may have been some push for us to get education because they kind of wanted to push y'all out the house. We get it.
Right.
But at this point, what are y'all fitting to do? Are we going to keep on having this conversation? Or are black men going to look at black boys and say, yo, listen, I made mistakes in my life. I want to speak at schools. I want to do things to get y'all to take this life serious. If it's not college, is there a business? Is there a this? Is there a that? So we could lift them up. And
Right.
yes, that's how you lift up the next person. But
Right.
that does not mean I have to date you. I could gladly get you an internship. That don't mean I have to sit there and date you. That don't mean that I have to build my life with you. There's
Mhm.
other ways I could lift up a black male besides having to be this, have you be my partner,
Right.
have you join my bank accounts,
Or sleep
have
with
you
in general.
have you be in my house, have you know about my life insurance, have you, and you
Mhm.
don't even know all the work it took for me to get what I got because you didn't do
Right.
it yourself. So there's two different things.
Mhm.
I could help. I could be all of that support, but I don't have to necessarily date that type of black man who's making less.
Listen, we all have preferences, like
Yeah.
what we
Right,
like and what we
right.
choose not to like. Like this is why we date.
Yes.
Date and we try to figure out if we like this person or not. I was just talking to someone about this before. Like if you date with if you go on a date with someone, right? And you like ask them all these questions, because I think the first dates are just sometimes
Preliminary.
You gotta really roll the punches on that. It's like you're really trying to get to know a person. So if this person, like I know a lot of my homegirls, like she rather a person like a man make more money than her. That's her preference.
And that's
she
what a
rather
lot of
not-
women
That's
like.
okay.
That's what she likes, right?
Yeah.
So I know a woman that doesn't care. Like I can match you, or we could, it's preferences. It's like what you decide to do. Like, so I don't know.
But-
And if you don't like it, move on to the next thing.
Okay,
Go
so
ahead.
two things, right? To answer their part on like if a woman makes more money and is more educated, that doesn't mean that men are going to be attracted to her.
Mhm.
Who's for you is who's for you, and who's not for you is just not for you. And this is the thing, like you can say that, but when a lot of black men, well, some, I don't want to say a lot, some
So,
make a lot of money, they're not even interested in dating black women. Like, we got to really have a conversation about that. So it can work both ways. But this is my thing. Okay, let's pull the bus up. Okay.
Not the bus.
This is my thing. It's like you guys talk about, it's confusion to me because you talk about generational wealth. I don't mean you guys, but people talk about generational wealth. How are we supposed to acquire generational wealth without money? Like, somebody got to
need
make
money.
that make sense to me. I just don't understand, like, what we handing down designer bags, Jordans. Like, what are we doing here? Like, that's not generational wealth. I think that requires money
And a
making
mindset. Money and a
substantial
mindset.
amount of money.
And also, to the other second part, women look, and I think I sent y'all a
look
TikTok
back at
of
it.
somebody that did my video.
Yes.
And the guy broke it down perfectly. I wish I knew his name, but he did a TikTok where he put my video
Oh, I
and then
peeped
he
that.
explained it. And he said, naturally, a woman's going to look for a man because we look for two different things. Men look for something different. Women look for something different when we're dating.
Mhm.
Women look for providers. That has always been that case since the dawn of time. Women
Right.
look for providers and those who can lead. Men look for nurturers. That's why y'all don't care if y'all marry somebody who makes less than y'all, because y'all looking for
She's
a
a
nurturer.
nurturer.
You're looking for that other thing. Us women, we're looking for somebody who's head of house. Whether we like to believe it or not, a lot of us are. We're
Right.
looking for somebody who can lead house, take charge, and all that things. And a lot of that is associated to your success. So we gotta stop this as if women are at fault for doing what we've been doing since we was cavemen, looking for our hunter. That's just what it is.
Men
It's
are
you.
natural leaders.
Men are
Right.
natural. Like we're not
Gotta
going to
be
keep
a leader.
apologizing
Most
for, and
That's how
it's
it be.
unfortunate. No, it's not. It's unfortunate and fortunate that women are doing what we're supposed to do.
Right.
But the way it works for me, I took out a Fed loan. Y'all could do the same thing to sit there and do what you got to do to
Mhm.
get to college. It's for all of
Listen,
us.
We all have choices.
Yeah.
yeah, I just
Come on.
But
I don't know.
You know, this
we-
common sense. We all have choices what we decide to do.
Got to park up the comments. I don't know if
Okay.
there's any more, but we have
No, that's it.
we have a lot to go into. And now we're moving to thank you all for your comments. Like I said, whether they are controversial, whether they are good, whether they are ugly, we will still review them because listen, we love our viewers whether y'all hate us. Okay. Anyway, now we're going to dive into our topic of today, which I'm happy you're on this couch for.
Oh goodness.
All right, so
What we got?
ideal. We're going into our ideal age for marriage for men and women, respectfully. What do you guys think is the ideal age?
I don't think there is an ideal age, but this is my thing. I personally, she, me, her, I don't recommend getting married at a young age. I just frontal lobe is not developed. I feel like me personally, and this is just me, a preference. I feel like my 20s was like the best years of my life.
Facts.
I was still trying to find myself, navigate, going to college. The college years be the best years,
Ooh.
okay? Going to college. And I also feel like in my early 30s, it might be a shift, a career change, or you just now realizing what you want to do. So imagine those years you're spending figuring yourself out and being a wife or being a husband. Don't recommend it. I don't recommend that.
Wait, you don't recommend what?
Being married at a young age.
Okay.
Because you're still trying, she said you're still trying to find yourself.
yeah.
Right.
What about you, G?
To me, there's no ideal age. Now, this 2023, like, I meet someone, you get married in 6 months, it's weird now. Like, back then, people used to get married like 18, 21.
Yeah.
Now it's like people getting married at 40, 45. I think for me, it's no ideal age.
I don't
Like,
think, yeah.
I'm trying to really think about I would say I would like to by this age be.
Would you like to tell
established and
everybody
be-
your age?
Oh yeah, I'm 30.
He's a baby.
Yo, stop it. No, I'm
He's
not.
a baby.
No, I'm not.
He 30.
last episode, not the last, a few episodes ago, I was saying like as I go into my 30s, it's gonna be different. Mindset's different.
Yeah,
But
it is.
I'm not really right now, marriage, I'm not really thinking of an ideal age. I mean, I said I wanted to do things like my pops, like because he had me when he was 35.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he
But look
took
at
his
the-
time,
yeah.
and now look at him, he still looks like young,
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think ain't no ideal age.
Yeah.
There's no ideal age.
I don't know. So I agree with you. I think like I have some people I know that got married in their 20s and it seems like it's working out for y'all. But I just also feel that's rare. to me. I've also
30.
known some people who got married young and went through a swift divorce.
Yes.
So at the end of the day, and that's more common than the ones that work out young
Mhm.
because of what you said, the exploration of it all. You really don't know yourself. I don't care what you're
Right.
trying to tell you. I don't care what you're trying to tell yourself in the mirror. 20s is really up and down and a lot of bad credit. Like, well, I ain't never had bad credit,
Me
but you know,
neither.
you swiping them cards. You ain't got your fine. You having a good time. Now, you know, your
Mhm.
20s is really for that exploration period. So I say my 20s was my best years. No, but they were very exploratory. I had a lot of fun, a
Mhm.
lot of like things to learn myself. I say now is my best years.
Yes.
Like I feel like I
Cool.
learned a lot of mistakes from my 20s, and I would be better suited as a wife now than I ever would have been in my 20s. And I think that 30 plus,
That's growth right there.
32 plus, I think for such a commitment of marriage and lifetime and all of that stuff,
Mhm.
I think for me, that will be the ideal age because I feel like you should better know and you should have better handle on your finances.
Mhm.
Hopefully, I also think it's a benefit to living on your own.
Yeah.
I think there's a real
Definitely.
benefit. And it's crazy because I have some friends who never got to experience that. Either they had kids young, and yeah, you live on your own, but you got a kid there. I could wake up and I could just make myself a bowl of cereal and not worry about nobody. I think there's like benefits to living on your own and knowing what that's like.
Right.
And building your queen or kingdom on your own so you know your style, you know the things that make you you, and then you figure out what to bring into a home. I don't know, but that's me. And I probably had these experiences because I didn't get married yet.
But there's
No,
so many
it's
things
true.
I feel like before you even get married, I feel like you got to be with the person for a few years before you even think about that age or whatever. Like I think about, like you said, living on your own. I feel like you should be on your own first before you even get with a person. Because I heard that before you even get married, you should actually see how it is to live together first before
Yeah.
getting married.
Yeah.
Because people think
Mhm.
people think differently. They think that we should just get married and move in, but things start to unravel when you move in for the first time
You
after
really
you're
get
married.
to see
You need
who
to
a
get to
person
know the
is.
person and the
Yeah.
partner. So
Yeah. I mean, well, we don't have to speak in theory because we actually have a
Oh, yes.
married woman on the couch.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
So would you like to share like what
From
your
what I said,
process? Because
yeah.
also like I don't know. I have never even been in a relationship to that level to know. But what was your
Same.
process?
I was engaged before in my 20s. It didn't work out. Just because the headspace. We just wasn't in a good headspace. Well, I could speak for myself. I wasn't in a good headspace to be someone's wife. And then I also recommend, even if the copay is high, seek therapy. You should be doing that
Child.
prior to getting married. You should be doing that while married. Not just for yourself, for your partner, for your family, especially when we're talking about raising kids. Because it's a lot of childhood trauma that comes up, especially when you're married. That you put in the back of your head and you just said, forget it. I'm not gonna deal with it. It don't bother me. Oh, it will. It will. It's gonna come up either through your children, through your spouse's trauma. Now, both of y'all the inner child of both of you guys are fighting, battling it out.
Right.
That it happens a lot, more so than not.
Therapy is great.
Did you live together before marriage? Or
We lived together, I want to say maybe 2 years before getting married.
Oh, okay.
But
That's
we
good,
were
no time.
together a total of 5.
Oh, okay.
That's
Yeah.
good.
That's good. So
Yeah.
that means you guys lived together, you knew
Right.
the things,
2
you
years
did
is
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we were
Perfect, yeah.
together 5 years. So I mean,
Nice.
everybody's different. You know, I'm no relationship expert. You know, everybody's different. And what works for them is what works for them. But
Right.
I know tons of people that got married young and ended up later on in life. You find yourself and you end up realizing I married a narcissist. But you spent all of your best years with this person, and this is the only person you know. Or I know another couple, I've been together since I was 14, 15. Okay, great for you. But it's a lot of infidelity going on both sides, outside babies. So, I mean, what works for you is what works for you, but I don't know. Knowing what I know now,
That's dangerous.
wouldn't do
Like I'm
it.
a big advocate. Like I guess that's why you should wait later.
Yeah.
Because I'm a big advocate for you should have dated around. Okay, like date or like taste the different flavors of the ice cream shop.
Yes.
I thought you were gonna say taste the rainbow.
No, but I'm just saying,
Well,
like,
that too, if you
there
into
has
that
to be
stuff.
something to. I'm
Whoa.
just saying, like, you
Pause.
have to, like, I think there's benefits to just dating around. If
Of
this is your
course.
person, then that's great. But I think when you say the infidelity, it's because did you explore?
No.
Do you know
Yeah.
what you like? Do you see a dirty movie and like, I want to try that, but he probably all like now.
Yeah.
And now I don't know. I think there's something to be said about maybe using the 20s as the bracket to do what you want to do.
lit
And then
travel,
this
yeah.
way, this is why I never even date a man unless he been to DR in Miami. I need to know that you had your boys trip.
Yo,
You're not about
I'm
to hit me.
crying.
You're not about to
Not
hit me
Miami.
later.
So wait.
Like, you're not about to hit me
Wait.
later saying you never went.
Hold on. So if they say they never went to DR,
I don't. That's a red flag.
why?
Because you're not about to have that boys trip
By the
with
way,
me.
I went to DR too.
Good.
But nah, listen.
You're not about to have
That's not the
that
point.
boys trip. You're not about to have that boys trip on my relationship.
I feel you.
You're not
I
about
feel
to
you,
do
though.
that. DR Miami.
Yo.
I need to know you got them 2 trips under your belt.
Miami, I
Throw
love
Vegas,
Miami.
throw
And
Vegas
I'm
in
happy
there,
you
too.
went. That means whoever woman you decide to be with, then you got it out your system. I don't need nobody bringing that.
Miami was a
hilarious.
vacation though. I mean, I don't know
That's
about Miami.
That's a good point.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like,
That's a
I
good
just feel
point.
like that tells me you lived some life. And now you're ready for this
Yeah.
type of commitment. You're not about to tell me when I'm
Yeah.
40, I'm going to
Some people still do that though. I know some older gentlemen that go on boys trips.
I know, I don't mind a
every
boys trip. It's just
summer.
those 2 locations.
Those
Not
just those two.
Those 2 locations.
What's over
Miami and
there?
DR. Girl,
What's in the water?
What's in DR? What?
I just feel like I feel like boys trips in DR always come back with some mess. And you ain't about to have that mess on me. Go somewhere else.
I'm glad you said GR though.
All right.
That is funny.
Yeah.
Next one. Dating someone who can't sexually please you. Woo!
Oh,
Is it
child,
is it selfish to part ways or would you stick to it?
This?
No, wait,
Wait,
go.
no,
Wait.
go ahead. You had a little bit more hot
Ladies
sauce to
first.
that one.
Ladies first.
No,
On
wait.
that
No,
one.
go ahead.
Boy.
Our guest could
feel
go.
like this. Okay,
Look at
like before you even become intimate. Well, speaking from experience, I like to tell a person what I like, don't like. I like this, I like that. They tell me what they like, what they don't like. But this is my thing now. If it keep falling out, I got to head out. So
Yo, she just headed out. That's crazy.
if it keep falling out, I got to head out. Cause there's some things you just can't change and fix and work on.
Wait. What is falling out though? Is he not big?
You mean-
Well,
what are we
I think she's talking
about?
about. Oh, you.
What
I
are
know
we
what you're
talking
I mean,
Look like
I'm just
I know what you're talking
saying,
about.
you doing what you doing, the adult thing, and it fell out.
So that's your pet peeve?
keep
It just keeps falling out.
What that mean though?
She know what you. she got children. We know we're gonna fill in the blanks.
Change clothes. You changing the thing,
And it just keeps.
and it just keep.
That means it's not enough to work with if it's just doing all of that.
Oh,
But
okay.
that's me. Those are
Yikes.
my.
So you would
requirements.
give it. So your method is you would give it a try a few times.
Yeah, because you still have to tell a person what you like,
Mhm.
and they have to tell you what they like. I think ego cannot be involved.
In sex, no
In
ego
sex.
cannot be involved in
It
sex.
cannot be
It
involved
can't
in sex
you can't think that what you worked it with, but some other girls want to work with me.
I have to be free to tell you
Mhm.
what I want. You have to be free to tell me what you want.
Of
If you
course.
want it to work out and you want to keep doing the thing. If it's just a one-time thing, okay, let it fall out and everybody go their own way. But-
I'm about to hang this
Yo,
up. I'm about to hang this
Nah.
up.
listen.
What about you?
It's
We're gonna go on. Hopefully you PG-13.
Listen, we at that age now where
You gotta,
you don't explore everything. Well, I don't know, my age. You don't explore everything. So I feel like if they can't sexually please you, it's like
what we doing?
what we doing? Like I can't really show you the ropes anymore because I'm not, I like filthy things. So it's like if you're not willing to,
You care to share?
like, I give you one example. I like spinning mouths. If you can't
Spitting in
spit in
wait,
the mouth.
come again.
You like to spit in a girl?
spit in the mouth,
spit? Wait, huh?
spit. See,
There's
that's
some
what I
people who's
mean.
into that. There's
If you
some
really-
people that's into that,
If
but
you
not.
really turned on, you wouldn't
My
even
God.
mind that.
But there's some people that look. You're not the
My
first person to
God.
say
If
that.
you really turned on,
You're
you
not
wouldn't
the
even
first person
care
to
if I
say
spit in
that.
your mouth or not. That's
like
how.
during the
That's how.
pandemic?
I'm sure he's not like loogie in it.
No,
It's just a little
it's
like.
not like. It's not
It's like a-
that. It's
or
like a
like-
open
like
your
during the
mouth.
pandemic, spit.
No, not during the pandemic
Yo,
spit.
I
I'm just
cannot.
saying.
But I know. I've heard this. I've heard this.
I need
I've
you to
heard
be
this.
nasty. Get
You-
filthy.
basically, I need let the saliva linger.
Oh, that kind of nasty.
Oh, she know what I'm talking about.
No, I've heard
That's
this.
above
This
my
is not
pay
my
grade.
this is not my personal kink, but I've heard of this.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not my personal kink.
I ain't mad. If you like spitting your mouth, that's cool.
I've never known.
That's cool. If you
No.
like that, you don't like receiving
No,
that?
not me. I said I've heard of this.
Okay.
I have friends. I've heard of this,
Gotcha.
and I gave them the same like, oh,
How
okay.
do you feel about that though?
It's not my thing. It's not my thing. It's not like the actual. All right, tongue kissing is enough spit
That's
for
the
me.
same
It's
shit.
enough spit for me.
Oh, that?
But I don't.
That's the same
No. He
shit.
needs a separate entity. Like tongue kissing is enough for me, but not a whole.
Front.
Like not that. I don't need that.
Child.
But the tongue kissing is enough saliva exchange for me. But no,
I don't know.
But it's like
Same
so. I just feel like sex is we underplay how important sex is.
Yes.
It's so
Yes.
crazy how a person could be the whole package, but if they're not twiddling things right, it is a big deal. And I think that's a huge thing that we need to start talking about. And like you said, there should be no ego in sex. Me personally, I would not commit to you if we're not sexually compatible. I just feel that just does not make sense. I'm not about to go through life getting mediocre or lackluster penis. Like that's just not going to help me.
But people say that's not a big deal, but it really is a big deal going forward if this is going to be your person
forever.
Like you gotta know like what turns me on, what doesn't. You know what I'm saying?
You have to be willing, like she said. You have to be willing to try.
Even if I'm with someone too, like let's say I'm with my girl and like I have to like as soon as you walk by me, I should be on alert, like attention, like
right,
hard.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's how turned I want to be moving forward with my person. So if you can't do that,
the sexual chemistry has
sexual
to
chemistry
be there. So
has to be there.
I don't know. I might get flack for this. I don't know, but I feel like the size.
Size matters.
I don't necessarily believe that. Size matters, right? Because you can have somebody
and don't know what to do.
The size of my arm,
and it just
they
is
just
unnecessary.
sitting there wanting, you know. But
and
then you can
know.
have somebody that's smaller and it don't fall out, and they know what they doing.
She is really pissed on this fallout.
Yeah.
No, but I hear her. That is frustrating. And then you know the fallout guys, and we know exactly what the fallout guys. Honestly, y'all know. Listen, PSA announcement. Y'all had no business doing doggy style. It just does not hit the same.
Oh my God,
y'all just and don't make me get on top. On top of what? It's like, what are we doing?
Bumping.
Like,
it's just
flame you. I just feel like there's a position for every size. I just think there's a position for every size, and sometimes your length is not for this particular position. You know, position, little tink tink, and that's okay.
Like I think was like more high school for me. Like I kind of like the missionary now. I ain't gonna hold you.
Missionary.
I like missionary.
So we now stepping into the rated R era of the Mama's podcast.
No.
All right, so now let's flip the question. No, what if you couldn't sexually please that person?
What if I couldn't?
What if what if the roles were reversed and you were unable to sexually please them, and then they had that conversation with you?
Damn, I would.
How would y'all handle?
Up to this. You want to go?
Have that ever happened to y'all?
But we found out before this was before marriage, y'all, because I know y'all be trying to eat people up in the comments.
This ain't nothing to do with your marriage.
No, we good. But prior to, I usually asked certain questions, so I knew me and this person wasn't sexually compatible because I had asked one question and then it was like they wanted oral like every day, 3 times a day. And it's like, you ain't got no job.
Well, that is the job he wants.
But
I was just like, we're not going to be compatible. Ain't nobody doing that like
every day,
3 times a day.
What's wrong with, if you really like the person, you do
3
it.
3 times a day? I gotta sleep.
Y'all really don't understand how hard that job is.
No, I said oral.
Who's doing that 3 times a day?
3 times a day, every day.
She gotta go to work.
How many times you having sex a day?
She gotta go to work. But the point we're making is, what time in the day do you have?
That was unreasonable. So I said, like, okay, you know,
we're
gonna just politely bow out.
We're not.
Y'all acting like that job is an easy job to do in the first place. 3 times a day. That's excessive. That's like throat rape.
And then a lot of people be having like I don't know who believes in this, but like sex demons,
Yes,
that
I
is a
believe that.
spiritual
Different
connection
That's a
too
different-
with
That's
sex
different.
as well. You can't
It's an
just
unhealthy
you
attachment
can't
to
just be
sex.
sleeping with anybody and
Oh,
letting
no.
everybody just do anything to you.
Yeah.
You know, so
Them soul ties is real.
Yes. Oh,
that part.
yes. What about you? What if a girl told you, G, yeah, this is not working. Well, you're not sexually pleasing me.
Damn.
Yeah, put the
I
ego
mean,
to
I
the
would
side.
probably, if that ever happened to me, I guess I'd probably be on some like, how can I fix it? If not, this can't work then. If
Yeah.
I'm not, I'm gonna be mature about it. Like, I'm 30, you know what I mean? Like,
You're going to keep saying that as if he
Yeah.
older than us.
I mean, if a woman spoke to me about that, I'll probably, I'll mainly just be like, what can I do to fix it? What do you like? Do you like it when I do this?
Mhm.
If not, if we can't be sexually compatible, then I'm gonna have to
Bow wow. I feel like I like talking about sex in my relationships.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yes.
I really like having a conversation, and I really love. I'm not an ego-driven person. I know you had a life before me, just
Mhm.
like I had a life before you. I'm not going to think I came in this thing and did everything right. I'm sure I know I'm good, but I just know I'm not going to think I did everything 100%. So I like asking those questions on like,
Mhm.
what is it that you prefer, what positions, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
But if things is just not working, then that's just, I guess, what are we going to
That's
do?
what
I
we
mean,
doing.
if I'm doing everything I can, I mean, this conversation has never happened with me, but just saying, if we're doing everything I can and it's just not working, I think that's when you just be like, all right, that's fair. Because what we going to do?
It's all an experience. So
Yeah.
if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out.
So there's
It
no
happens.
compromise. If a person is bad, there's nothing that will make you stay.
Well,
If a person's bad in
talk
bed,
about it, and they have to be willing
All
to
right.
fix some things.
If I
They
give you a
have to
second
willing
chance.
to be to fix some things. It's ways around it, but you got to see if the person is worth it. And
what would
Right.
make it worth it? Like seriously, what would make you stay in a relationship if the sex was bad? What's the
they
one
would
thing?
have to fix whatever I have an issue with.
What if they can't fix it? I'm saying, what's another
If they
outside thing
can't
outside of
fix
sex?
it, and
outside
we
of
add
sex.
substitutions in there.
Do you know what? We don't talk enough about.
i.e. toys.
Would
and
you feel a
stuff.
way if a girl brought a vibrator in the bedroom? Like we don't talk enough
That's a
about the
good
toys.
question.
Like, and I'm
A lot
asking a
of men have
man.
problems with
Would
that.
you
I
feel
don't-
some?
I mean, I don't mind. I'll try. Yeah, I'll try it.
So if she's on some like, babe, I want to
Get the
bring
vibrator?
this
Yeah.
vibrator in.
I wanna
While
try that,
you
yeah.
you okay with toys?
I mean, I never really when it comes to toys, like I never like when I was having sex, I never used toys. But if the woman wanted to use a
To
toy
help
or
kick
whatever,
things up.
I wouldn't mind. I'm like, all right, let's try it.
So you're just an open spirit. We need like a.
I'm not
we need
no
like
open.
A,
I'm not saying that.
oh,
I ain't open.
everybody
now.
open
I ain't
now.
that
But
open
I'm
now.
30. I'm open to new things.
he's like he just turned 30. He's so cute. Remember when we just turned 30? What about you? Are you into like toys and stuff? What toys and whatever?
Not to tell our business. My husband might kill me. We got a box. So
I would never
we have a
assume
box.
you guys were a box couple.
We have a box.
Wait, we have a box.
You have a box.
Box of
What's
stuff.
what's in the box?
Oh.
What's in the box? Tell us one thing.
The swing is in the box too?
The whips, choker thingies. So,
I am
yeah.
never going to look at Sam
Okay,
the
I
same.
hope he don't kill me for saying. I know he's probably like, "What the? You telling my business?"
Oh my
Wait, so
god!
let me ask you a
But, and I
question.
think every marriage or every like
No, I love this.
good relationship should have like sex games and,
Of course.
and different
Won't be
edible
boring.
stuff and whatever you got. If you're talking about longevity,
Mhm.
you gotta add spice in there, and you
I
don't
agree.
necessarily have to bring a third person in there to add spice and life into your relationship.
No,
Let me ask you a question. In that box, is there a sex swing in that box?
No, there's no
Okay.
sex.
In that
wanted to know.
box.
No,
I was
there's
curious.
That's the way you said it.
swing.
Let me ask you a question, though. In that box,
I was
There's
curious.
no
You
sex
said that mad
swing.
professional.
No.
No, but I like that. So yeah, in your marriage, you still sit there and you, like you said, you still got to add the spice and things like that.
And it's nice. Candles. It's different things in there,
What other advice do you have? What other advice can you give people in marriage?
Well, just spice it up. You really have to talk about sex often. and what you
Yeah.
like, because even when married, your taste might change, your
Right.
love language might change, feelings. You're like, I ain't never felt that before. Now do that again. That might change. Whereas years ago, you might not have felt that way. So it's always good to check in on your partner. Like, you good? Like, okay, do I need to fix this? Do I need to do this? Hey, even this. Does this smell? Do I smell all right?
Whoa.
That's
for
fair.
real.
That is fair.
Smells,
if you're with each other for a very long time, don't
your
tell me there's not going to be a
body-
time or there's going to be a funk day. You are not telling
your body
maybe.
changes.
Nah.
You might have came from the gym. Woo, baby. Nah,
You know?
Today you
I
had
never
too much
experienced
asparagus in
that.
your pee.
Okay.
Or something like that. Maybe it still smells, diet.
I
Or
never
the
experienced
back
that.
of the tennis balls probably,
Ton.
smelled one way then, and now it
You
smells
should be able to
another way.
spend them out too when you're married and have in years in. You should be able
Well,
to
maybe
spend them out.
with time. But
Exactly.
speaking of the viewpoints, could you date someone with strong opposing views on politics? We just went from sex to the White House.
Right. Oh, sometimes it be happening.
Politics, man. It's
Like strong opposing views on politics.
you mean like if I'm against something and you feel this way about it?
Yeah.
That's a tough one.
Honestly, I feel like wouldn't I weed that out on the date?
Yes.
I just feel like, I don't know. I feel
one.
like I will be,
Yes.
it depends. I'm not saying we got to agree on everything, right? But there's certain political views that we should be on the same accord. Anything
Right.
Black related,
Oh, definitely.
women's rights related.
Yes.
You're not about to sit there and tell
Misogyny,
me
yeah.
why I don't have the rights to certain stuff
Mhm.
now.
Right.
Now, if you're talking about, I don't know, this tax break, I don't know. Or I don't know. But I feel like certain major shit, like, no, I'm not about to sit here.
Nine times out of 10, we our partners are a reflection of who we are,
Right.
believe it or not. Like, yeah, opposites attract, but that goes with so far. So 9 times out of 10, you're going to be with someone that has similar viewpoints
Views.
Right.
as you on politics. You just are.
What about religion?
Religion.
What
Two different
are we? What
I
about
think
our?
that's-
Who are we here? Do we? I'm on speaking.
I'm not
on
claiming no religion.
You don't claim anything.
I grew up as a Jehovah's Witness. I'm no longer a Jehovah's
Mm.
Witness. We're very spiritual, sage. We believe in God. We believe that there is a God, but we do not believe in organized religion.
Okay, and
More
I grew up
spiritual.
Baptist.
Yeah.
I'm more spiritual.
Yeah.
I grew up Baptist, but I do not attend church. I would love to go back for the choir.
Okay.
I do miss the choir. I
Not
miss the choir.
music.
I
You
miss
still got
the
Zoom-
music.
You still got the Zoom sessions
Who?
for the church that you're in?
I
You got Zoom
don't. I have not been to church in
But
years.
they don't have Zoom. They be having the
I
the
don't.
Zoom.
I don't have a church to
Oh.
even Zoom to be
Mm.
honest. But there is a church I am eyeing that I think I might go for the service just for the choir. Because I really
The
do miss the
music.
gospel music. I really come on. There's something about
music
gospel
be
music
hitting.
that just
Music be
cleanses a
hitting.
house.
Okay.
But so different religions. So since you're so not claiming, it doesn't matter who you date.
Yeah, like I'm more of like an open-minded individual. Like I like to, I'm curious. Like I'm very curious. Like when I'm dating a person too, just to see how they think.
I agree. Yeah.
But it's more on the politics side. If you feel this way towards this, I can't shake you. And if I feel it's not, it will have to be some type of compromise there. Like, yeah, I don't know.
I grew up Baptist, but I definitely dated a Muslim.
That's
And
different.
to be honest,
different.
I did not. I really felt like I had. I don't know what I've thought before,
Mhm.
but it has beautiful moments. And honestly, even like the rap, I didn't have. Obviously, I wasn't married to him, so I didn't wear. But even like the way he explained it, I felt like if I was to pursue this relationship, I wouldn't mind doing it on Ramadan. He was not pressuring me at
Okay.
all to be part of
Somebody
nothing.
make you
But
do
I
it.
felt like if I was to, I would have met him halfway, like maybe during Ramadan period. I wouldn't fast, but maybe I don't know. I just thought about ways to compromise. So it kind of let me know that I was open when it came to certain like religions. Now I still have not ventured hard to the other ones, but I'm open to hearing things out with religion.
Yeah, as long as you're open to compromise, then I think from there, that's what if we start there, that's like the beginning. We could start in compromise, then we straight.
But what about you? Because you grew up Jehovah's Witness. I don't know how that goes.
Well, I've met a lot of people that didn't believe that there was a God at all. And I think should be some foundation there, even if it's just being spiritual. Like there should be some type of foundation
That grounds
there.
you.
Yeah.
Some moral compass of sorts.
Yeah.
Like there has to be something that you at least know, like a cosmic something. Like I want to put good in the world. Like something has to be driving you, is what you're saying.
Right.
All right.
God got me.
I'm done. So yeah, so as you guys can see, we finished our topics, but Shay.
Oh, did we?
Yeah, we did. But Shay, no. Not yet.
What?
Not yet. Because remember, we are now starting something to all of you viewers, to all of you guys who have been saying you guys want to participate on the show, where we are allowing our guests to ask us one wild card question that even we do not know and are not prepared to answer. Now, like I said, whether it's good, bad, hateful, or ugly, we will love you because you watch us. Do you have a wild card question for us?
Okay, one.
Don't get us. Oh, shit, she about to get us
Okay,
canceled.
so would you guys ever date like a girlfriend or boyfriend's close friend? And if I think, yeah, have you ever slept with like your spouse's closest friends? And if not, would you?
Spouses? Oh, you mean like a boyfriend,
girlfriend type of thing, or maybe somebody you was talking to, or a husband and wife, whatever. Like
one of their friends.
Yes.
Would
and if not, would you?
Or have you coveted thy?
Yeah, have you done it? And if not, would you?
Kenya, you go ladies first. Ladies first.
Have I ever dated? All right. I've never dated a friend. I guess in theory I dated friends, but
no, your spouse's friends.
I'm gonna get there. I dated a guy in my neighborhood, right? Then years later, I dated someone else in my neighborhood. Technically, they know each other, but there was a space. I don't think they were besties, but we all grew up in the same neighborhood. I don't know if that counts. But like, yes, I dated a guy.
Nah, that don't count.
I dated a guy, and then I dated another guy in my same neighborhood, and they know of each other, but that don't count. Okay, so then no, I never
knew y'all all grow with each other.
Yeah, we all grew up with each other, so I don't think that. I don't think that counts.
Not, would you?
Honestly, to be quite honest, once I date a guy, his friends become ugly to me. Like, even if they're handsome, I just feel like I don't want to go there. Yeah. I don't want to go there. And then if I'm mad at you, I just automatically think the rest of y'all think the same. Right. So I don't even want to go venturing into that mess. And I'd be like, if y'all willing to date me, then that means y'all were looking at me when I was with him. It just started all the finger pointing just happening. But I feel like that's more like, I don't know why. I think men do that.
Yeah. I don't do that. I do. I mean, as far as like my girl, like my spouses, I would never
look at her friends.
I would never. Like if I'm with you, I'm with you. That's it. I'm not even looking at the friends. I probably like speaking to friends to hook up like a surprise party, but other than that, if I would never ever do that. That's just disrespectful.
I think so. Shay, I feel like you would go.
No.
I feel like you would go a little harder with the wild card question, girl.
Really?
Girl.
I don't know anything. I don't know.
I feel like she is so different on her YouTube channel. I don't know, but
really, I gotta.
Yeah.
Oh my God. We got.
After this, I'm gonna check it out.
I don't have. You know what? He just told me to think of one when I was like right outside, so I don't really know. Threesome.
What we ever doing?
And the two people you would do it with. The two people you would do it with.
If we would ever do a threesome in normal life, and who will be our fantasy threesome?
No fantasy, baby.
Who will we do it with?
Yes.
Oh damn! I don't know that one.
I don't know. I feel like kind of going to your point about marriage, right? Mm-hmm. I don't know when we will be year 10. So if I'll be open to a conversation. Yeah. I'll be open to a conversation. Oh God, Mom, please don't watch this episode. I would be open to a conversation and, maybe some therapy to figure out what's the intent behind the threesome. Like, is it something that whatever, I'll be open to it. But if it's not I don't know. I feel like, but if it's like if I'm not in a relationship, then who knows? I don't know. Some drinks. It would damn sure not be with none of my friends. Hell no. Hell no. I don't know how girls do it where they sleep with their friend. I can't do that. I look at my friends like they're sisters.
All the time, though.
I look at my friends like they're sisters. I could never. It would have to be some different like people. But I'm sure you would do a threesome. Men always want to do a threesome.
That's every man's fantasy, but it gotta be the right circumstances. Like, it gotta be. Like, I think that's crazy because I actually spoke about this yesterday.
Oh, what you spoke about?
I spoke about threesomes. I asked the questions, so I need to know what. But we spoke about pretty much because my co-host on another podcast, shout out to G Talk podcast. I asked my co-host, like, would she like, how would you have your threesome? Would it be with two men, or would it be with yeah? And she said, I do two men. Like, that's considered the threesome. Everybody, men say it's like a train.
Like it's a
Men
threesome.
say it's a train, but it's a threesome.
It is a threesome. I just feel like we need to take that stigma out of it.
Now, like, if it's multiple people, that's an orgy. It's different.
Yeah, I think past 3 is an orgy. Yeah. Once it's hit 4, 5, 6, that's a whole, and that's a lot of fluids.
And a lot of women aren't. That's the thing. A lot of women aren't like that to want to engage with the woman in the threesome. If it's 2 women and a guy, a lot of women aren't like to be like, oh man, now I gotta go down on the girl. What do I do? A lot of women ain't like that. So you gotta think about it now. So it's
some women much rather like I'm not bi-curious in the least bit. I just want to be with 2 men. I think that's
fine. You
want
to take them out in the back? Yeah, I like that.
I mean, I guess listen, if Tiana Taylor, Iman Shepherd's ever looking for a third.
When Megan was with Partisan, I said, I want to watch that tape.
I want to watch. You want to watch that Megan and Party?
I'll be there with the camera.
I would be there with the camera. Listen, I don't want to be there with the camera. If Tiana Taylor, Iman Shepherd,
that I would watch. I would watch.
You said watch. I said chop.
I would watch.
I love me some Tiana Taylor. I'm sorry, girl. You know I'm a big fan, but they are sexy.
So
and I bet you that sex is passionate.
Wait a minute. So
they're both very beautiful.
Yeah. So if Tiana and Iman, came to you and it's like y'all met, I guess y'all met a few times, like and they came to you like, we want you to be the third person. You're gonna be like,
once they say we want, it's like where Where that? Like, yes, that couple is sexy.
They seem like
they're beautiful, black, beautiful.
But they seem like their sexual appetite and stamina and all of that.
That song she came out with, 3-Way.
You would have to work out, do like
serious
workout.
That
serious workout.
They look like
you have to prepare yourself,
and they look like you could like chill after, like not chill, like it just look like there's not going to be no.
I might want to stay.
No, I would probably leave.
I would want to stay.
I would probably leave because I don't want to be out. But at the same time, it just look like you could kick it. Like you throw on your sneakers and then be like, oh, let's go out to eat. Something like that. They look like that type of couple. But yeah, I mean, that would Tiana Taylor, Iman Shepherd look good as hell. Iman fine. Iman fine. She know her man is fine.
Yeah, she does.
Iman fine.
I'll watch. I'll be there with the recorder.
So you said Megan and Party back when they were together?
Yeah, when they were together.
Remember when he was flinging her everywhere?
Oh, they are gorgeous too.
Oh God,
they are beautiful.
What's your celebrity?
People.
3.
I don't really have no celebrity.
What's a girl? What's 2 celebrity women for you?
I don't know.
You know.
I don't got one. I got threesome. Yeah, I don't got none. I'm not really with the celebs. Like I don't really be like as I used to. Like when I was younger, I'm like, oh my God, this celeb. It's like now it's like, man, we the celebs.
So
we from New York. I'm from New York. We the celebs out here. You heard? We the celebs.
If a celebrity came up to you and offered
2 girls.
All right, so
who's the 2 girls? No, who's the girl? We're asking you. You ain't got 2 girls
that you say yes to,
or a couple you want to join.
They watching this podcast. They watching you right now. They go, I want him. Good. Who would you say yes to?
You're good. Damn, let me think. Take me a second. I think if it was a woman.
Shoot, there used to be a time Trey Songz could just blink at me.
Oh,
I'd be like, I used to love Trey. I used to love Trey. Back in college, I used to love Trey.
I got one. I got one that's definitely Shansia.
Since I can never say her name.
Say her name right,
Sincere.
god damn it.
You never heard her song?
No.
She's a Jamaican artist.
Yeah.
She
Oh.
sound familiar.
Yeah, you would know
she's
her if I
fire.
showed you. She is
God,
pretty.
love her.
I
Love
saw her
Sincere.
perform once.
If you see this, I'm definitely
who
sending this
else?
to you.
What's your second?
Who else?
My second, damn. My second would have to be. I need like somebody sexy, like.
Why you did all of that? What was
I'm
that?
thinking,
Something sexy like.
I'm thinking. Hold the phone. Trying to think, because Shansi was definitely number one on my list.
You got about
Nobody
1
else.
minute.
Nobody else.
Nobody
else on mine. This one.
All right, well,
one.
this was definitely
This was fun.
an interesting podcast
I had
full
a
of
good
twists
time.
and turns
I had a good
in
time.
front of loop-de-loops, from comments to marriage to political views to religion, and then ending on threesomes.
We
What
covered
a
it all.
combination.
This took some turns. But yes, I am so happy you're on the couch,
I
Shay.
know.
Let people know where to find you.
Okay, you can find me as well on YouTube, Shay Laset, where I do comedy, reviews, commentary. I do it all on TikTok,
follow you
Shay
right now.
Laset, Facebook, Instagram. Well, Instagram official Shay Laset. All of that. I went viral so many different times, so you'll see me.
Yes. And G, let people know where to find your resurrection.
Oh, what?
Because you done left us
She
and
act
came
like
back.
I've been
You was
gone
gone. It's
for
been
a
like
minute
a
now. I'm
year.
back
It's been
with-
a good minute. Go ahead.
Yeah, my Instagram, Real G Hawkins. On Twitter, same. YouTube, G Hawkins. Yeah.
All right. And y'all know where to find me, Kicking It with Kenya on Instagram and TikTok. I don't know, y'all. I'm thinking about changing my name.
Kicking it with Kenya.
I'm thinking about changing on
Kenya
Instagram. But
dope.
for
I
now,
like Kenya.
But for now on, we're gonna go with Kicking It with Kenya on Instagram,
Okay.
on TikTok, on Twitter, and is it worth getting the thread? I don't even hear nobody
I
talking
got
about
a thread,
that thing.
but it's blank.
It's nothing. All
But I
right.
have all these followers. So.
Well, until next time, y'all know, like, follow, subscribe. Bye.
Bye.
Peace.